Merry effing Christmas. No, that's not some Hollywood line from a blockbuster. That's Larry Legend Bird, folks. Listen up, because today we're diving deep into why Larry Bird would not just survive, but downright dominate in today's NBA. I mean, we're talking about a guy who made trash talk an art form. It wasn't just about buckets with Bird, it was about the mind games, the swagger, the charisma that oozed from every pore as he owned the court like a true maestro. Now, before you get all caught up in the LeBron versus MJ debates, let's take a trip down memory lane and remember why Larry Bird isn't just a name from the past, but a force that would tear through the modern NBA like a basketball tornado. We're talking about a Hall of Famer who defined versatility. I mean, seriously, could you imagine a guy who could effortlessly drop over 24 points, get 10 rebounds, and dish out 6.3 assists per game? That was Larry's daily routine. And let's not even get started on his smack talk game. Whether it was before, during, or after a game, Bird had a way of reminding his opponents who the real king of the court was. So buckle up, as we're about to explore why Larry Bird's skills, charisma, and yes, those oh-so-memorable quotes would turn the modern NBA upside down. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's embark on the Larry Bird Show. Now I know we're all captivated by the Luka Doncic show, and trust me, the kid's got skills for days. But call me crazy, because while most people watch Doncic and see the future, I find myself gazing 35 years back into the past, right at Larry Bird. Doncic? Oh, he's got the court vision, the pinpoint passes, and that crafty shot-making ability that leaves defenders spinning like tops. But let's not forget who was doing it first and doing it better: Bird. He might not have handled the rock like Luka, but man, he had a bag of tricks. Check this out. Doncic at 24 is already in the MVP conversation. And yes, that's impressive. But think about this. Bird was doing it all and more with a swagger that could make the Statue of Liberty blush. When I see Doncic making defenders look like lost puppies, I can't help but imagine Bird doing it with an extra pinch of finesse and a dash of intensity. Doncic is living proof that you don't need to be the Flash to be the best on the hardwood. Speed and athleticism? Nah, that's not the only recipe for dominance. Bird was not exactly known for his speed or hops, but he had something even more magical: instincts and vision that was next level. Seriously, the dude saw plays unfold before they even happened. He dictated the tempo, bending the game to his will, and left defenders in a constant state of bewilderment. Larry Legend. I mean, think about it. Once in a blue moon, the basketball gods gift us a player who's not just good, not just great, but an absolute superstar. Larry Bird? Oh, he was that and more. For a whopping 13 seasons with the Boston Celtics, from the late 70s to the early 90s, Bird redefined what it meant to be a true basketball savant. Let's break it down, shall we? This guy was the embodiment of hustle, consistency, and excellence in every aspect of the game. Scoring? Check. Passing? Double check. Rebounding? Triple check. Defense? You bet. Bird's self-confidence was on another level. He'd walk up to the opponent's bench before the game even started and casually predict a 40-point performance for himself. And you know what? More often than not, he'd back that talk up with some jaw-dropping moves. Oh, and shooting. I mean, the dude was so deadly that he'd practice his three-pointers with his eyes closed. Yes, you heard that right. Eyes closed. And let's not forget his epic rivalry with the Magic Man himself, Irving Magic Johnson. These two weren't just competitors, they were intertwined in a tale of on-court wizardry that still echoes through the books of NBA history. Bird wasn't just a player, he was a warrior. Diving into crowds, leaping over press tables for loose balls, he did whatever it took to secure that W for his team. But it wasn't just about Bird's brilliance. Nah, he was the spark that ignited the entire Celtics team. Classy, confident, and hardworking, Bird thrived under pressure and inspired his teammates to elevate their game. Remember those Celtics legends like Cozy, Russell, and Havlicek? Yeah, even they couldn't steal the spotlight away from Bird, as he wowed fans and dominated games like a true magician on the hardwood. Larry Bird is one of the NBA's most clutch players ever, with 3 MVPs, 5 finals appearances, and 3 championships in the cutthroat 80s era of basketball. He was the cornerstone that rebuilt the Celtics franchise from the ground up, turning them into a powerhouse. With Bird leading the charge, the Celtics nabbed 3 NBA titles and a jaw-dropping 10 Atlantic Division crowns. Oh, but they were not done yet. How about becoming the 3rd player ever to grab 3 consecutive NBA Most Valuable Player awards? Yeah, and not to mention his 12 All-Star appearances, 2 NBA Finals MVPs, and a whopping 9-time member of the All-NBA First Team. Today's NBA. Now, Bird would have truly thrived in today's game, even the game a decade ago in 2013. You see, when we start talking about bringing icons from the past into the present, there's one thing that we can't overlook: sports science. I mean, seriously, have you seen the doc? The health staff? The vitamin cocktails, diet plans, and all that jazz that today's players are chugging down? It's like a whole new level of basketball wizardry. It's a different world we're living in today. A world where player longevity and health are top priorities. And let me tell you, Larry Bird could have used a bit of that modern magic. Bird's prime would be untarnished by injuries, stretching its wings for an extra 3 to 4 years. With the power of today's cutting-edge health knowledge, Larry Bird wouldn't just be soaring on the court, he'd be like a basketball phoenix, rising stronger, faster, and more explosive than ever before. But wait, there's more. Bird was a basketball IQ mastermind. The dude was like a Jedi of the hardwood, foreseeing plays before they even unfolded. If he were rocking the courts of 2022 to 2023, he'd not just be playing, but commanding the game. Imagine Larry Legend strutting up as a 6'9" point guard. He'd be the Steph Curry of passing, threading needles and dropping dimes with a flair that would make even Curry himself raise an eyebrow in admiration. And the cherry on top? You know those sweet, sweet 3-pointers that are raining down on today's game? Bird would gobble those up like candy, my friends. I'm talking about a man who could shoot from anywhere on the court, and who would thrive in an era where the 3-point line is a playground, not a boundary. Now I know we're all caught up in today's positionless style of play, but let's not forget where it all began. Bird? Oh, he was like the OG on the court. I mean, he was one of the first cats who could do it all. And I ain't even kidding. Positions were the deal back in the day. But Larry? He was like, nah, I'll just do it all, thank you very much. The dude could drop buckets, snag boards, dish dimes, you name it, he'd do it. And that's why I genuinely believe this man could have seamlessly slipped into today's positionless style of play without skipping a beat. Hold up though, let's talk threes. You think Bird wouldn't be the king of the triple in today's game? Please, he'd be launching those trays like it's a 4th of July fireworks show. If Bird played his whole career in the let's shoot 23s a game era, he'd be right up there with the likes of Steph Curry, no cap. I mean, if he dialed up his threes attempted from 1 or 2 a game to 6 or 8, like today's ballers, points would be flying off the charts. And those shots, he'd be sinking them. Bird was shooting nearly 40% from beyond the arc in a time when 3-pointers weren't even a major focus in practice. Imagine him in the gym today, honing that craft. Oh, his 3-point game would be a thing of beauty. But wait, there's more. Healthier, faster, stronger, those are a few perks Bird would enjoy in the modern era. Imagine the impact he'd have on the hardwood with all those health hacks at his disposal. His basketball IQ? Oh, it's on par with today's GOATs, like King Braun himself. And this isn't a diss to LeBron, it's a nod to Bird's greatness. And let's address the elephant in the room, the disrespect that some of the great players get. We're talking legends like Larry Bird, who were trailblazers of the game, shaping it with their skills and smarts. I'm not saying he's the GOAT, but it's high time we give credit where credit's due. Now I know you're probably thinking, but bro, it's a different era. And yeah, you're right, but let me drop some truth bombs. You take those cats from the 70s and 80s and hook them up with today's science, nutrition, and coaching? Oh, it's a whole new ballgame, my friends. Bird and his crew would be giving today's stars a run for their money, no doubt. Bird once said, "I will dominate this league." And you know what? He wasn't wrong. He may have come a few decades too early, but his skills, his swagger, and his sheer basketball brilliance were tailor-made for today's NBA. So before you hit that comment section, let's agree on one thing. Larry Bird was a game changer then, and he'd be a game destroyer today. You bet your bottom dollar. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for our next video. Until next time, take care.